All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. All right, going to be exploring the possibility of Fleetwood Mac getting back together for one last tour again. There was an article that dropped a few days ago, very interesting. Here's Mitch Malloy and his album. It's called The Last Song. I think I'm one of the few people who are promoting it. The mainstream rock media is pretty much ignoring this. It's really fantastic. Mitch is a little rebellious, right? He was in Great White, decided to bolt from that. Could have been in Van Halen. That didn't work out. And Mitch just said, nope, too dysfunctional for me. And he was right, 100% right. But anyway, I don't know. He's not aging, so just make a note of that. He hasn't aged, and he's in his 60s. I think he's 61 years old. So again, defies logic. The music, great, absolutely fantastic. Just a flat-out great rock and roll album. You can hear some of this music over on Modern Retro Radio, along with all the other great music they play over there. ModernRetroFM.com. You won't be disappointed if you want something different. Now, on to the Fleetwood Mac story. I've been saying that this was going to be a possibility because Mick Fleetwood left the door open just a little bit. Not a lot, but enough to say, well, you never say never, but, you know, after Christine McVie passed away, I don't think anybody was really in the mood to talk about a reunion. Well, Fleetwood Mac releasing Rumours live in September. This is interesting. This is a live concert album that was recorded back in 1977 at the LA Forum. A 90-minute concert, the opening night of a 3-night stand, features live versions of most of the songs on the album. That's the Rumours album, including Never Going Back Again, Songbird, The Chain, as well as tracks from 1975's Fleetwood Mac, including Landslide and Rhiannon. The new release is the first time most of these performances have ever been released live, with the exception of Gold Dust Woman, which was a bonus track on Fleetwood Mac's 1980 release live deluxe version. A previously unreleased live version of Dreams is out now. You can go listen to it. And it's a band hitting on all cylinders. This is just vintage Fleetwood Mac. Rumours Live, dropping September 8th, is being released digitally and as a 2 CD or 2 LP set. It's available for pre-order now. There will also be a crystal clear vinyl edition sold exclusively through Walmart, of all places. They're getting back to selling music at Walmart. All right, so this is a really good set. Starts off with Say You Love Me, Monday Morning Dreams, Oh Well, which is great to hear. Rhiannon, Oh Daddy, Never Going Back Again, Landslide, Over My Head, Gold Dust Woman, You Make Lovin' Fun, I'm So Afraid. I mean, this is just a great set. Go Your Own Way, World Turning, Blue Letter, The Chain, Secondhand News, and Songbird. What's interesting is they don't do any material from the old Fleetwood Mac in this set. It is, well, technically what? Oh Well is not, you know, a Fleetwood Mac song, but it is associated with Lindsey Buckingham's version, I think. The Rockets did a version of the song. I'm trying to think who did it originally, but in any event, so you're putting out this material and you're leaking stuff out there that, hey, maybe we'll do something in 2024. We need to get Stevie and Lindsey back together again. The fans want it, and they do. And Irving Azoff is rubbing his hands together, knowing that this is going to be a record-breaking farewell tour if he can get it together. And I'm thinking behind the scenes, this might actually be starting. And you won't hear too much about it until probably late this year. I would say right around the first couple of weeks of December, you might be hearing about Fleetwood Mac going on tour for 2024. And with this release coming out, and maybe more as well, I know they're also doing a couple of Christine McVie albums over and putting those out there. So there's still going to be a lot of interest in Fleetwood Mac. The question is, what do you do about filling the shoes of Christine McVie? Do you just have Stevie and Lindsay go out there and sing together on all of the Christine tracks, or do you bring someone else in? If I were going to give these guys advice, the bringing outside personnel in, don't do it. Don't do it. Just have Stevie and Lindsay handle the vocals. That's the way I would handle that. I just don't think that anyone's going to be able to really do justice to the Christine McVie material unless there's a wild card that they already have lined up, somebody that you wouldn't have thought about before. Irving Azoff tends to want to do the star power thing, bring in Mike Campbell and Neil Finn, bring in Vince Gill, that kind of thing, to just beef up the whole presentation and to get people talking about who's in the band, and that's a distraction from if they sound like the person who they've replaced. For example, Glenn Frey. Now, of course, you have Deacon Frey again, but it gets people thinking about, hey, this is going to be a great concert because it's Fleetwood Mac and they've got so-and-so. I don't know who they would get to replace Christine McVie, but it's a wild card and it's a possibility. They may just want to go out with these members, and you've also got to get John McVie to come off the sailboat and actually do a tour one more time. I'm thinking the money will be really great, and I don't know how you turn that down, especially since I think people need some closure. And once that tour is done, another piece of classic rock history ends. You got the Eagles that are on their farewell tour. Not sure if Steely Dan is going to tour anymore. They haven't announced officially that it's their farewell tour as well. If I were Steely Dan, I would go out with the Eagles and have that be the last time. I mean, Donald Fagen, he's the only guy left, and he's getting a little long in the tooth. Vocally, he's starting to sound a lot different from the good old days, whereas Don Henley, I think, can still pull it off and sound like the Eagles. And Lindsay and Stevie, that's going to be a show. That's going to be the greatest show on earth. The tension, you probably can cut it with a knife, the excitement, the fans. So I don't know if this is a done deal. There's one article out there that I bet you it was leaked from an inside source, and then as time goes on, more leaks will come out. I'm thinking Lindsey Buckingham might start talking. The last person who's probably going to talk about this is Stevie Nicks, all right? Because she said, that's it. I'm never going to be on stage with him again. But this band has had a long history of breaking apart and getting back together again. So this is perfectly within their character to do this one more time. In fact, this is the perfect way to end the whole Fleetwood Mac franchise. Anyway, folks, we'll see what happens. Here's Mitch Malloy one more time. This is the last song. And ironically, when talking about ending things, Mitch says this is his last album. It's the last album he will record. I think he's serious. I think he realizes he's not going to get any support from the music industry. Maybe overseas he'll get a little bit of support, but not here in the United States. It's really frightening how much the music industry has changed. And there is no support system for guys who come along who've been in the pipeline for years, who know how to, write and create and produce great music. And they put this out there and it's like crickets. Like Mitch who? Yeah, the guy who was almost in Van Halen, who almost replaced, Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth. That guy, right? He just put out an album. Should be a big deal. should be doing the whole radio station circuit, but here's the deal. Radio didn't play any of the Mitch Malloy solo material except for that one single from the first album, Anything at All, and they didn't play it for very long. So that's all you have as far as radio airplay with Mitch Malloy. It's just kind of sad. There's no support system for this music, and again, classic rock, it's going away, and we're hoping for one more go-round with Fleetwood Mac, and it's a possibility. It's a real possibility. All right, people, one more time on the channel, please subscribe. Please like the videos. Please join up on Patreon. Also, YouTube memberships for $2.99 a month. That's the lowest dollar value I could do. I mean, if you want to contribute more to the channel, go over to Patreon and sign up that way. Typically, I put links in the descriptions of pretty much every video now. I have to because I'm fighting against the algorithm. I'm watching channels with way less as far as subscriptions doing like big volume when it comes to viewership. And I understand why this is happening, but I need folks to help me out if you can. Patreon, again, is the best way. And you and I can have conversations back and forth about all kinds of different things. Of course, I get into politics, music. I irritate people because I mix them together. And so that's really my problem. If I had just stayed in my lane or did videos about cats falling off of tables, I would be probably a millionaire by now. Yeah. But I'm not good at... I don't like cats to start with. I'm allergic to them. So I think that would be a big problem. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. God bless you all, and God bless the world, and I will see you soon.